is another part of that history that Barcelona lived in the last 15, 20 years. Would have not been possible without, without him. So we just can say thank you.
Messi is great. Why Iniesta have something different because he's a midfielder.
Surely now, Spain have won the World Cup for the first time in history.
Iniesta.
At least in terms of the headlines, often overshadowed by Xavi and later by Ronaldinho and Messi. But the people who played with him knew. They knew all along how important, how influential he was.
When we talk about the greatest footballers of all time, the names that usually come up are the flashy ones. Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Zidane, and so many more. But there's one player who's rarely seen in the spotlight, yet he shaped modern football more than almost anyone else. Andrés Iniesta. He didn't need outrageous stats, wild celebrations, or global marketing campaigns. His genius was quiet, he was subtle, and at the same time he was devastating. So, how did Iniesta, the humble kid from Spain, change football forever?
Welcome to the footy zone, where the ball rolls free. From the Premier to the Liga, this the place to be. Champions rise, underdogs dream to the creed. In the footy zone, where the world can agree.
Iniesta was born in a small Spanish town in 1984. He joined Barcelona's famed La Masia Academy at just 12 years old. Moving away from his home to chase his dream, coaches quickly saw something special. It was not his size, not his pace, but his brain. Iniesta understood football differently to so many other players. He was always 2 steps ahead, always finding space, always creating chances. And that is what made him pretty special from a young age. He made his senior debut in 2002, but at first, Iniesta wasn't a guaranteed starter. Barcelona had stars like Xavi, Ronaldinho, and Deco running the midfield. Yet, slowly, through consistency and intelligence, Iniesta carved out his place. By the mid-2000s, he had become an essential part to the Barcelona system, thriving in the tiki-taka style that demanded vision, composure, and constant movement. Iniesta's influence exploded under Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. Alongside Xavi and Sergio Busquets, he formed part of the most iconic midfield trio in football history.
I mean, Xavi and Iniesta, without doubt, they were the best. When I had that great player, Scholes, and I looked at these two, that's exactly what I saw. That ability to control the middle of the pitch, their first touch on the ball, their angle of passes, they were great. They were fantastic.
This wasn't just about possession. It was about control. It was about finding a way to suffocate the opponents. And at the same time, it was about the essence of beauty in football.
Iniesta puede disparar, Iniesta dentro del área, Iniesta, gol del Barcelona.
Sigue para Villa, Villa de nuevo escorado en la izquierda. Finalmente Toño, el remate desde fuera.
Actually playing with the ball. Iniesta didn't just pass the ball for the sake of it. He broke lines. He knew how to speed up and slow down the tempo. He knew how to glide past defenders. And he created moments that decided games.
El balón para Leo, ahí la diagonal para Iniesta, el tiro.
Between 2008 and 2015, Barcelona dominated football, winning 4 Champions League titles and countless domestic trophies. And behind Messi's brilliance, Iniesta was the one who stitched everything together. He was the rhythm, he was the balance, he was that quiet genius that made the orchestra sing.
Samuel Eto'o was outstanding. Ronaldinho was the most important players were Xavi and Iniesta. You can also bring stats. What were the stats of Andrés Iniesta at the end of the season? 4 goals, 5 assists. But man, we needed him. But when they were not there, we were not the same team. They were making a mistake. We have to go, we have to stop. Now we go, now we are there. And trust me, with quality, with pace, with power, we had maybe better player, more valuable player, guys with assists and goals at will, but those guys were the most important players.
He just knew how to make Barcelona tick. Now, it may have been Messi that got all the goals and got all of the headlines, but it was Iniesta that was quietly pulling the strings. Now, of course, Iniesta's most iconic moment came on the biggest stage of all, in the 2010 World Cup final, with the match against the Netherlands locked in at 0-0, and it's now extra time. Iniesta scored the goal that gave Spain their first ever World Cup.
Find him, it's stabbed away uncomfortably to Fabregas. Surely now, Spain have won the World Cup, the world champions 2010.
His celebration was pure emotion, lifting his shirt to honor his late friend Danny Jarque. That single strike immortalized him not just in Spain, but in football history. So, you may be asking, what made Iniesta so special? Well, it's the simple fact that he wasn't about goals or assists. He never made huge numbers. He never racked up assists or goals in a single season. Instead, his greatness came from the intangibles. He had an unmatched ability to find space in crowded midfields. He could carry the ball through impossible gaps without ever looking rushed. And most importantly, he delivered in the biggest moments, whether it's at Stamford Bridge in 2009 with that thunderbolt against Chelsea, or in the European finals, where he always seemed to shine. Iniesta was a big match player, and the funny thing is, he's always orchestrating from the midfield. You just don't see the numbers, but if you watch him closely, you see the magic. Iniesta was proof that football isn't just about stats. It's about influence, about controlling the game in ways that don't always show up on the scoreboard. Ask any player of the time who got the opportunity to face Iniesta, and they'll tell you the same thing. He was unplayable. Sir Alex Ferguson once admitted that Manchester United's midfield couldn't get near him. Xavi called him the most complete player that Spain has ever produced. And Messi himself often said that Iniesta made the games easier for everyone around him. Now that is a true mark of greatness. Not just making yourself look good, but elevating those around you. Iniesta stayed loyal to Barcelona until 2018, where he enjoyed the most incredible career under the club, winning La Liga titles, winning Champions Leagues, and a bunch of domestic cups. He basically won everything there was to win as a player. He then moved to Vissel Kobe in Japan, not to chase the spotlight, but to keep on enjoying football on his own terms and with a new project in mind. Even there, his humility and his professionalism inspired younger players. Unlike many stars who would have complained about not necessarily getting the game time, he didn't worry because he knew he was inspiring others. He was playing the game and he was enjoying it on his terms. Iniesta's career wasn't about ego. It was truly about the love for the game. So how did Iniesta change football forever? Well, he redefined what greatness really looks like. In a sport obsessed with goals, numbers, assists, XG, Iniesta proved that intelligence, calmness, and selflessness can be just as valuable. He inspired a generation of midfielders, players like Luka Modric, Thiago Alcantara, and even the Barcelona player today, Pedri. They all carry pieces of his style. And beyond the stats, beyond the pitch, he embodied humility. There was no scandals, there was no arrogance, just respect for the game and for his opponents. You see, Andrés Iniesta was more than just a great player. He was a quiet hero. He showed that you don't need the loudest voice to make the biggest impact. He may not have the Ballon d'Ors of Messi or Ronaldo, but he has something just as powerful: the respect and admiration of Barcelona, of Spain, and the entire footballing world. So what do you think? Was Iniesta underrated because he didn't have the flashy stats, or does his legacy as a football quiet genius put him amongst the all-time greats? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.